In 1923, inside a hotel in Cairo, a British lord lay dying. At exactly 1:55 a.m, he took his last breath. At that very moment, the entire city of Cairo went dark. Miles away in England, his pet dog suddenly started screaming and then died too. A few months earlier, this man had opened a 3,000-year-old tomb, and on that tomb there was a warning: death shall come on swift wings to anyone who disturbs the pharaoh. This story begins in 1922 in Egypt's Valley of the Kings. For years, archaeologist Howard Carter had been searching for a forgotten king, Tutankhamun. After 15 years of failure, this was his final chance. On November 4th, his team discovered something unusual, a step carved into rock. Days later, a sealed door appeared, marked with a royal seal. On November 26th, Carter made a small hole in the door. Warm air rushed out. He looked inside. "Can you see anything?" "Yes," he replied. "Wonderful things." Inside was a perfectly preserved tomb, untouched for 3,000 years. Gold, artifacts, weapons, over 5,000 objects. It was the greatest archaeological discovery in history. But soon strange things began to happen. One day, Carter's pet bird was found inside its cage, in the mouth of a cobra. In Egyptian culture, the cobra was a symbol of royal power. People whispered the pharaoh was taking revenge. Then came the shocking death of Lord Carnarvon. A simple mosquito bite became infected. Within days, he developed a high fever and died. At the exact moment of his death, Cairo lost electricity, and his dog died in England. The legend of the curse was born. Newspapers exploded with headlines: "The Curse of King Tut." Soon, more deaths followed. A visitor died of fever. A radiologist who examined the mummy died suddenly. Carnarvon's relatives, journalists, and researchers, one by one. Within a few years, 22 people connected to the tomb were dead. Each death made the story darker and stronger. People were convinced the curse was real. Then came the most chilling detail. When scientists examined Tutankhamun's mummy, they found a mark on his cheek. It was in the exact same place where Lord Carnarvon had been bitten by the insect. For many, this was undeniable proof, an ancient curse reaching across thousands of years. But who was Tutankhamun? He became king as a child during one of the most chaotic periods in Egyptian history. His father had disrupted religion and society, leaving the kingdom unstable. Tutankhamun tried to restore order, but his life was short. He suffered from genetic disorders due to royal inbreeding. He had a deformed leg and couldn't walk properly. He also had malaria. By the age of just 18 or 19, he was dead. His name was erased from history, and that is why his tomb remained hidden for 3,000 years. Now, here's the twist. The famous curse warning on the tomb? It never existed. It was invented by a journalist, and the excavation team never corrected it. A myth created by media and silence. Scientists later found another explanation. Inside ancient tombs, dangerous fungi like Aspergillus niger can survive for thousands of years. When disturbed, they can infect the lungs and cause serious illness. In 2002, a scientific study compared people who entered the tomb with those who didn't. The result? No difference in lifespan, no evidence of any curse. If the curse were real, the first person to die should have been Howard Carter, but he lived for 16 more years. Others who entered the tomb lived long lives too. The curse simply didn't exist. Ancient Egyptians believed a person truly dies only when their name is forgotten. For 3,000 years the world forgot Tutankhamun. But Howard Carter brought him back. Today, Tutankhamun is the most famous pharaoh in history, not because of a curse, but because of a story of mystery, coincidence, and the power of belief. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.